sometimes dogs have bad reactions to it? Is there certain kinds that we should stay away from if we have a dog?
No, I wouldn't. Honestly, Laura, what I usually say is if you're diffusing around your pets, just make sure the door is open. Like, don't put them in a room and diffuse it, because if it's a smell that they're kind of annoyed by or they don't like, they'll just leave the room.
Okay.
But it's actually super effective for pets too, putting them on topically. Like, and when we still had a dog, we would use it all the time for him for like, for ticks and for bugs and things like that, or even just to calm him down. If you have anxious dogs, if you've got dogs that are super hyper and won't calm down, you can actually use it on your dog to make them more chill too. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Do you guys have a fired up dog, Laura?
I have an anxious dog.
Oh.
Yes, he does not like rain, so it's not a good day.
I will say the one time that I diffused cinnamon, I know this is getting off subject, but my dog didn't stop sneezing for the day.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see why they would be like, they could be sensitive to some of the oils for sure. And cinnamon is a spicier one, so that makes sense too. All right, so the second thing is that, and a lot of people really don't think about this with oils at first, because we just think about, you know, they smell good, you know, they'd be good for one thing or another, but they're super effective. They're even like more effective than modern like health approaches. So if any of you guys have a medical background, you might be like, this is kind of elementary, but if you don't, this, you know, might be helpful. So if we think about a cell, like a cell is like the fist of your body. The cell is covered in like an oily membrane. So a lot of times when you go to take something to get better, it can't get past that oily membrane. Like a lot of medications are water-based, so they can't get through it. So like, for example, if you went to the doctor and you weren't feeling well and they gave you antibiotics, those antibiotics would work, but it would probably take like 7 to 10 days for them to work. And then during those 7 to 10 days, the antibiotics kind of really mess up your gut and your digestive system too. And then it kind of takes some time for you to get back on track. Well, if you went to the doctor and you had like a cold or a flu, what would the doctor tell you?
Wait it out.
Yeah, exactly, right? They would just say, just wait it out. There's nothing you can do. And the reason why they do that is because their medicine can't get through the oily membrane of the cell. Well, that's why essential oils are different. Essential oils do get through that membrane because they're oil-based. So they're going to be able to like help deal with different issues that doctors in general will just tell you, just kind of wait it out. There's nothing you can do. So one oil in particular that we use a lot for our immunity is On Guard. So if you guys, anybody in the group like or use On Guard already?
I have.
I do.
Yeah.
I use it.
And the reason why that works so well is because it can get into your cell membrane a lot more effectively than other things. So that's going to help, you know, keep you from getting sick. It can also help you to clean your space. So cleaning your countertops, cleansing your hands. We have it for our hand sanitizer, all those things. And it's super, super effective. So it's way more effective to use essential oils than it can be to use some over-the-counter medications or other medications too. All right, and the third thing, sorry guys, keep losing my mouse, is that it's actually way more affordable than regular medical care. So if you guys had to go to like Patient First or to a doctor, like what would your copay be?
Probably $100.
For real? Who said that?
Me, my insurance, I have a high deductible.
Hell, you're $100?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody's allowed to go to the emergency room in my house.
Never.
Unless you have a broken leg, we'll let you slide on that. Yeah. That's it.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say even if it was like less than that, even if it was like $20 or something like that, let's say then you went to the doctor and they're like, okay, cool, you need to get an antibiotic. Like how much would that prescription cost once you had to get that filled?
My insurance for that is pretty good. It's probably about like $10.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
But you have that. I don't know how that works out, but.
Yeah. Okay. So then if you take in your copay plus how much it would cost for an antibiotic, and then you also think about like, oh, sorry guys, I went the wrong way. About like the time that you have to take off of work to take your kids there, to sit in the waiting room, to all that kind of stuff. A much easier way that you could handle something like that. Like if one of my girls tells me that their ear hurts and they kind of have like, you know, they think they might be starting an ear infection, I just take lavender and tea tree and I put it all around their ear And I'll put that on a couple times until their ear starts to feel better. And typically within like 12 to 24 hours, they tell me that their ear feels better and things are cleared up. Now, doing it that way costs like 64 cents based on the number of drops that I have to use. Now, I would also, disclaimer, like if their ear got worse, obviously I would go to the doctor. Like if my kids are really in a bad place, we go to the doctor. We're not anti-doctor. But when little things come up that I know I can fix with the oils that I have, I use that first because it's going to save me so much time and so much energy and so much money. So that's the second big thing about oils, is that it's more affordable than traditional medical care, because you're going to have the things that you need at your fingertips to solve so many problems without having to go to the doctor and go sit at, patient first and urgent care and all those things, which especially now, none of us want to go anywhere near those places unless we absolutely have to. So it's really nice to know if you have these oils in your house, you're going to have solutions to so many problems that's going to save you time and money. One example of something is lavender. I know a couple people in here have used lavender a lot and love it. It's going to be so calming. So like Laura, like you're saying, for your dog feeling stressed out, you could diffuse lavender. You could put it on their little pads or on the back of their neck. For your kids when they're kind of freaking out because they're stuck inside for the billionth day in a row and they're getting super hyper, you can put it on them. And it's a natural antihistamine. So a lot of people right now are struggling with their allergies because the pollen is, showing up in huge forms, which is awesome since we're all freaked out that we have like COVID and we're like, do I have COVID or is it just like allergies right now? So not the best timing for pollen to come around, but lavender is a natural antihistamine. So it's a really crucial part if you want to take a natural route to attacking your allergies instead of using over-the-counter stuff. It's really helpful for that. All right, so those are the three interesting things about oils and like the three most important things to know. Do you guys have any questions about that?
No.
No, we're good?
Nope.
All right, so now that you know the three things about them, we're gonna go over super fast the three ways that you can use them. The first one is aromatic. So aromatic is basically just by breathing it in. And if you guys pinch, like right here in your nose, if you pinch that little part of your face right there, right below that is your olfactory nerve. And that's connected right to your brain, which is connected to your limbic system, which is why breathing in oils is so effective. Now, a lot of people kind of think, oh yeah, it's like snake oils or it's like, hokey stuff and it's not legit. But here's something that kind of helps you see like that it is a serious thing that can help your body. So a lot of people, when they go to the dentist, they might not get Novocaine. They would put what? What would they give you instead of Novocaine if you were like freaking out about needles or something? As an alternative.
Gas.
Yeah. Right.
Nitrate.
Yeah. So think about that. When they put that mask on, the laughing gas, within like what, 30 seconds, you're kind of loopy. You're feeling way better. Your whole body gets kind of like numb and you just within seconds. So I think a lot of times when people discount what essential oils can do, I like to bring that point up because your olfactory system is so powerful and it's so connected to your brain and the rest of your body that's why diffusing and breathing in your oils are so awesome. So a couple different ways you can do that. You can just take it right from the bottle and just kind of smell it. You can just put it, a lot of times what I've been doing lately is I've been putting a drop, and if you guys were in person with me, we would do this right now, in my hands, and then I kind of cup my hands over my face. And if you breathe it in, like that almost peppermint, that just brings you like focus and energy. But as the day goes on, like I'll pull out my wild orange and I'll breathe it in that way when I feel like, oh my God, it's raining again. I want to jump out the window. My kids keep calling my name and they want me to keep feeding them. That's when I'll add like the wild orange, because wild orange, when you breathe it in, it's like an antidepressant that you are huffing basically. Like it's so hard to feel negative and pissed off when you're breathing in wild orange because your brain is telling you like, it's okay. Don't jump out the window. So that's one way, it's just by breathing it in. But a more effective way too is by using a diffuser. So that's a picture of the Lumo diffuser from doTERRA. And the diffuser is like a natural air freshener that's gonna puff the oils all over the room or the house, depending on where you put it. So the diffuser is just a mixture of water and then a few drops of whatever oil you like, and it puffs out like a little stream of steam, I guess, like a little mist. and everybody around you gets the benefits. So it's awesome in the morning when your kids are getting like either getting up and they're cranky, or if you want to change the mood of the house, it really helps to diffuse, because everybody who's breathing it in is going to get the benefits of it, even if they don't want to put the oils on themselves topically. I know a lot of you guys diffuse. What's your favorite thing to diffuse?
Lavender.
Yeah.
Mine's Serenity at night.
Oh,
Serenity. I have to get that one.
that one's so good.
I like to mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week I did a lot of like rosemary and lemon.
Mm.
So that was my go-to this week.
And that one smells so clean, doesn't it, Kim?
Yeah.
Like it smells as if you cleaned your house, because like, I
Mhm.
don't know about you guys, but my kids are messing up my house.
So where do you put the diffuser in your house? Like, does it get the whole like downstairs or?
Yeah, I have a couple. Like I have one in the kitchen, one in the dining room, one in the living room. I mean, I'm not normal, so there's that. But like, yeah, Jill, if you put one like in like the main area of your house, it will fill up that room and probably like the rooms adjacent to it too.
Okay.
Depending on the size of the diffuser. Some of them are smaller, some are bigger, so it kind of depends. But it's really helpful to put them in places where people are the most. So if you know, like your kids are always going through like the playroom or your basement, if they're playing down there and you want to keep them calm down there, you could put it there.
I'll put one next to their Burt's Xbox in the basement.
Seriously.
Lillian, my girls have it in their bedroom because they like the Serenity at night. They like to diffuse it. So I just have, you can get like a little one off of Amazon and put it in both the boys' bedrooms, right directly near their face.
Seriously. That helps a ton. It's also nice to reset yourself too. Like I'll notice like in the morning, I don't know about you guys, but in this quarantine, like in the morning, I start off feeling like pretty positive. I'm like, all right, I can do this. Like, and then come around 3 o'clock, I'm just like, I want to drive away and abandon my family. I'm done. So like at that point of the day where I'm like, all right, you physically can't leave them. That's not legally an option. So like I'll reset by being like, all right, let me get some oils out that would kind of help shift my mood a little bit. But I think the physical act of setting your diffuser up and putting them in is like also like a mental reset. Like, all right, we can do this. Like it's like a little cheer. All right, so that's the first way, is aromatic. The second way is topically. So topically is when you're actually going to put the oils on your skin. Now, we all tell people that they should always use fractionated coconut oil to dilute the oils on your skin, because you want to make sure there's no sensitivity. And some oils are more aggressive than others, I guess you could say. Some are super mild and you can put them right on your skin and you're not going to have any problems, but some definitely need diluting just in case there's any sensitivity. So what kind of reasons do you guys think you'd put oils on topically as opposed to aromatically? Like what would the benefit be? Or what kind of issues do you think topical use would be better?
Allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like eczema, can you use it for eczema?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for
Muscles.
allergies, you would just roll it like behind your ears or up and down the spine. And then for eczema too, you put them right on that spot. I think I should listen.
Go ahead, go Daddy.
And then another reason you would use it topically too is any kind of pain. If you're having specific pain or discomfort, like, a lot of people right now are telling me like their shoulders are so tense because we're hunched over our computers and our phones all the time, that do you guys feel like that like tightness in like your shoulders and your upper back? So there's oils you can use topically, like Deep Blue, that would help kind of release that muscle pain and tension. Copaiba is another one you'd put on to kind of help break up the muscle tension. Headaches are another thing you would use topically. You put them right on your forehead or right on your temples to kind of release that pressure. And Digesten. So if you have stomach problems, or you have an upset stomach, or your kids have upset stomachs, you can apply Digesten right to the stomach, and it's going to help to ease any kind of stomach pain that they have. All right, and then the third way is internally, and this is why doTERRA is so different than a lot of the oils you probably see in stores, because doTERRA oils are not just safe for internal use, but they're recommended for internal use, because that's when you get the most benefit from your oils. So you can use your oils in your water. Like lemon is a great oil to add to your water because it's really detoxing and it helps your body to, like, you know, get rid of all the toxins and gunk that's in there. If you have an oil that you don't like the taste of, though, you can put it in a veggie cap. And veggie caps are just like empty little capsules that you open up and just put a few drops in, and then you can take it. And you can also take some under your tongue. So if you don't mind the taste of certain oils, a drop under your tongue can be super effective. I do that all the time with frankincense, because frankincense is like a natural antidepressant. And, you know, this situation causes a lot of depressed feelings. So a lot of but it really does help. And I notice a difference in my mood when I remember to just take a drop of frankincense. So that's another way that you can use your oils, is internally. Digestin is another one that you could use internally. If you have upset stomach, you could put it in a veggie cap. Digestin is a blend that helps with all digestive issues. It has fennel in it, and fennel kind of smells like black licorice. So not everybody loves the taste of it. So that's something you could put in a veggie cap and you can get the same effects. All right. Do you guys have any questions about the 3 different ways?
I have a question about the coconut oil.
Yeah.
Does any of it stain clothes?
Sometimes it can. So sometimes I've noticed that the coconut oil can. The oil itself won't stain the clothes, but the coconut oil can.
Okay.
For like white stuff. So yeah, like sometimes if I'm putting the oil on my daughter's back, like I'll like hold it out for a few minutes to make sure it's dry before letting her stretch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So I just wanted to buzz through some of the top oils for you guys, just to give you some background and give you some ideas about if you have certain issues that they might help you. So we won't go through all of them because that would be insane. I'm just going to go over like the heavy hitters. The first one is lemon. Lemon is the cheapest, most awesome oil that there is, in my opinion, because it smells so good. It smells so fresh and clean. It's going to clean your body. It's going to clean your house. It's awesome in a spray bottle if you wanted to get away from using like Windex or any kind of other, you know, counter cleaners and things like that. You can put it in a spray bottle and it's going to clean just as effectively without those chemicals. It comes from the rind of the fruit, not the pulp. So if you put it in your water, it's not going to mess up your teeth enamel the way that lemon does, because it doesn't have that acidic quality to it. A little tip about lemon too, if you have runny nose or your kids have runny nose from allergies or just being sick, if you put a little lemon on the bottom of their feet, it's going to dry up that runny nose so fast. Because lemon is really good for the respiratory system.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's awesome for that. And it's good for focus too. Like Kim was saying, like the lemon and rosemary, Kim, like that's such a good focus blend for kids when they're doing their schoolwork.
Okay.
I was diffusing this week.
They're probably
School.
Yeah. All right, the next one, like I talked about just for a second, was frankincense. Frankincense is like, we call it the king of oils because it basically does everything. It is anti-inflammatory, it's anti-aging, it's anti-cancer, it's an antidepressant, and it really just helps your cells perform at the level they're supposed to. So it can help you feel calm, it can help you feel relaxed, and it's also good for your skin too. So if you add a drop of frankincense to your moisturizer, it's going to help with any kind of fine lines and wrinkles and help to like boost up your collagen levels too.
What does it smell like?
It kind of smells like church.
Like, I'm sorry, like what?
Like church.
Okay.
Which at first people are kind of like, what? But then when
I
you,
like that stuff.
you're like, wait, I feel better, you know, that you're kind of like, all right, I'm down with it. So a lot of these oils at first people may get like kind of put off by. Some of them they love the smell of right away, and others they're like, oh, I don't really care for that. But then once they see what it does for them, you kind of like, it's kind of like the smells don't matter as much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys, are there any oils that you guys have already used where at first you hated it?
I hated Purify. When I bought it thinking it was going to be like this super like clean smelling oil. And when I first used it, I was like couldn't stand it. And now it's one of like my most favorite oils that I have.
Yeah.
I feel like that about a lot of them though. Like, I think people assume that like it's supposed to smell like perfumey, but most of the oils don't. But I think like after you use them for a while, like, I don't know if it's your body like adjusts to it or if it's like, I don't know. They just don't, they smell better as you use them, if that makes sense. Like the more you use them, the more you like adapt to them. I don't know how to explain it.
No, Kim, I think that makes exact sense. And I think the reason why is because we're so used to all of these fake smells and all of these like fragrances, the chemical fragrances that people put into products. So like even if you ask someone who hadn't smelled like doTERRA's lavender, if you smelled that versus like a Bath and Body Works lavender, people might be like, oh God, like it doesn't smell right to them because we're so used to having this chemical conditioned smell that like actual smells we don't understand.
Right.
You know? So, and I think that makes complete sense, Kim, what you said. All right, frankincense also will enhance any other oil. So if you are using like Digestin and your stomach hurts, if you add frankincense, it's gonna make it like that much more powerful. So it kind of like one-ups every oil, like a little power player. All right, Digestin. I feel like I talked about this one a lot already. I don't know why. Basically, anything with your stomach, Digestin will solve. So if you've got kids who are constipated or kids who have diarrhea, or if a kid even says like my stomach hurts, you can just roll this on their stomach and it's seriously going to help with any issue that they have. If they get motion sickness, if they feel just like any of it. This is also good like for pregnancy, if people are having their awesome morning sickness, which is sometimes afternoon sickness or night sickness or literally all the time sickness, really helpful for that too. So if you or your family has anybody who has like IBS or irritable or like acid reflux, any of those things, Digestin is really helpful for. Okay, so Deep Blue is all of your pain, achy joints, muscles, bad headaches, carpal tunnel, anything that hurts, Deep Blue goes on it to make it feel better. It's kind of like a natural icy hot.
Is that one that you need to cut with like a different oil, or can you use that just on your skin?
This one I would definitely use fractionated coconut oil with.
But they have the rub that I love.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so you can get this in a roller in the oil, or you can get it in like a tube. I have one back there. It's like a lotion.
Lotion.
And the lotion.
I have that one. I love that one.
Yeah.
What do you use it for, Denise? Like
I actually just used it for my shoulders this last week. My
and
shoulders
it really
were
helped?
so tense. Yeah, it really felt good.
Okay.
And this is one too that a lot of guys can get on board with, because sometimes I know that the guys are a little more hesitant to be smelling like essential oils. They might be like, what is this? But if you have guys in your life that have any aches and pains, which I feel like they all do, and if something hurts, if you try a little Deep Blue on it, I feel like a lot of my customers who are guys have gotten on board from Deep Blue.
Does it work just by the diffuser too?
No, this one would only be good topically.
Okay.
Yeah, some people do diffuse it, but I don't really see the point in it because it wouldn't help you as much.
Okay.
It's like a natural icy hot, basically. All right, Breathe is our respiratory blend, and it just is going to help with congestion. It's going to help with snoring. If you have kids with asthma or any kind of respiratory struggles, it really helps to open up the lungs and the sinuses. So you can use this in your diffuser, and everyone who's breathing it in is going to get the benefits of it. It's really great at nighttime to diffuse this with something sleepy like Serenity or lavender, because when you're breathing well, you sleep better, right?
That's what I've been doing all week.
Really?
Serenity and Breathe. Yes, Serenity and Breathe.
And it's working well, Denise?
I love it at night.
You mix it, Denise?
I do. I diffuse a couple drops of Serenity with like maybe 1 or 2 drops of Breathe.
Yeah, and you can make your own concoctions with like diffuser blends. Like you can put in as many or as few as you like. It's kind of like a little witch's brew. Whatever you like works. But this one is awesome, especially in allergy season too now, where, you know, if you feel like you're extra congested because of that, if you put a drop of Breathe, like right here on the side of your nose, within minutes, you're going to feel it all open up and just completely go away. It's really powerful for that. And if you have people in your house who snore at night, putting a little Breathe on the bottom of their feet or in the diffuser can really help for that too.
We'll be dousing Jim tonight. Now I figured it
I was
out.
gonna
I do
say,
have that
well,
one.
There you go, Cal.
My
God.
husband really snores too, but
He
I
swears he
don't
doesn't.
oh, Walter says he doesn't.
Oh no, Jim says he doesn't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
recorded him though.
I
Sorry.
record Walter too.
It did backfire that one time. I snored and he recorded me and I was like, get rid of that. I won't do it again, I promise. I have that one.
The next one's Wild Orange. Wild Orange is like happiness in a bottle, basically. It's going to give you energy. It's going to uplift everybody's mood. That's good in water too. It's really like, it can also help with the toxins and to kind of clear things out. But Wild Orange is basically like just happiness. It's just cheerfulness in a bottle. And kids typically love it. It kind of smells like Skittles, they say to them. It's super uplifting. Laura, I think, did I put that in yours, Laura?
That's what we were just smelling it. So it does smell like Skittles.
Yeah,
Does
doesn't it?
Taylor like it, Laura?
She does like it. What do you think? You like this one and you liked,
Yeah, I like this one. And then what was the?
was it the Serenity or the
I think
Lavender?
it was
Or
this.
peppermint?
Serenity, yeah. She liked the Wild Orange and the Serenity. So,
Oh,
far.
good.
So
And Laura, you know what? Surprisingly, those two are actually good together for sleep, which I know is kind of confusing because orange is telling you it's energizing and invigorating and all that stuff.
mhm.
But if you pair a citrus like orange with a sedative oil like Serenity, Wild Orange helps to like shut off the overthinking.
Oh, okay.
So if you pair them together like that, if you're somebody who's going to sleep and your mind is like, oh my God, I shouldn't have said this, or I wish I had done that, or like, you know, those people that have those conversations with yourself at like 2 a.m.
Yep.
Like all the things I wish I did with my life. Like, so Wild Orange can help to shut off that overthinking so that you can actually sleep when you pair it with the sleepy oils.
Okay.
So it's interesting that you like those two together.
Yeah.
All right, so what I want you guys to think about is I'm not going to go through like everything because I would seriously, and Kim knows this because she knows so many oils, if I would be here for like days telling you about every oil that there is. The best way for me to help anybody kind of get started or decide what they want to use is for you to think about your top 3 health concerns. So 3 areas that you wish were easier in your life, health-wise. And it can either be for you or for like your husbands or, you know, your little people, whoever it is. Like just try to think of 3 different concerns that you would have for those people. Does anybody want to say what theirs are? No pressure.
Anxiety.
Anxiety?
Yeah,
Seriously. It's like an epidemic at this point, isn't it?
I know, right?
I would say anxiety, stress.
Yep.
Sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and my
Oh.
sinuses.
Okay. Okay.
I would say allergies, definitely, because that's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. That's coming hot too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So think about what those 3 things are. The first thing I want to show you guys is just, this is kind of, it's surprising because a lot of people are like, why are you showing me vitamins right now when this is like essential oil stuff? But the reason why we show this is because these vitamins are actually like the best selling product that doTERRA has, because what it does is it's going to help to lower your stress and anxiety, to improve your mood, and to decrease pain and inflammation. So those 3 things, a lot of people tell me that those are like some of the goals that they have. They want to feel better, they want to have more energy, they want to have better mood, and they want to feel less pain. So this Lifelong Vitality Back is one of the best things that we have, and it's a combination of a whole food multivitamin. There's Alpha CRS for energy, and the XE Omega is all of your fatty acids and essential oils for like brain functioning and brain clarity and all of those things. So that's just something that people love. All right, so if there were things that you wanted to try, there are 3 ways that people can get oils through doTERRA. The first one is retail. Retail is the most expensive. No one should do that because it's way overpriced. The only time that people usually buy retail is if you were like at your chiropractor or you were at a spa and someone were selling oils and you're like, okay, cool, I'll just grab a bottle of lavender. But it's really way too expensive in my opinion. The second way is through like a wholesale, just like a Costco membership. So that gets you all your oils at 25% below retail, and it has like a membership fee, just like a Costco membership would. And then the third way, which I think is the best because it's the cheapest and I don't like to spend a lot of money, is through the wholesale plus points, and you can end lower than the wholesale because there are different kits that you can get that are already prepackaged that has everything below the wholesale price. And that's the best way to do it. And after you do that too, there's a lot of ways that you can earn products. Like I know Kim is on LRP. So when she orders, she gets points each month, and then she gets to use those for free products, which makes things even cheaper. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys a couple different kits that people like to start with. So the first one is the Natural Solutions Kit, which is basically like people who are like, I want a complete overhaul. I want to ditch everything in my medicine cabinet. I want to do all natural cleaning. I want to have all natural personal products. This basically has everything. It has the top 10 oils. It has the vitamins. It has a diffuser. It has the hand soap, everything. So that's like the whole 9 yards, basically. Okay, now this one is the Healthy Kit. This one has a lot of the oils that we talked about in the little class here. It has a diffuser. This diffuser runs 12 hours. So if you're having a hard time with sleep, this is something that will run all night long to help you stay asleep. It has a lot of the oils that we talked about. It also has adaptive, which is keeping most people.
I can't believe they put that in there.
Right? Isn't it awesome, Kim?
Yes.
So adaptive is a new blend that doTERRA came out with in September. It's basically like an anxiety med in a bottle, if that's even like appropriate to say, I guess. Kim, how would you describe it?
That would be like the perfect explanation. It's just, I feel like it's like taking, like when you use it, it's like taking like a deep breath and like everything kind of just like settles down.
This one doesn't have the one that Denise keeps talking about, Serenity.
No, this kit doesn't. This one has lavender instead.
Does it work the same?
You know, it's funny, Jill, like I think people, when I tell people about different oils that they could try, it's kind of like thinking about how there's like different, like how there's different over-the-counter medication for like headaches, say, right? And you know how like you can get like Tylenol or Advil or whatever for headaches. And you might say like, oh my God, Tylenol works so great for me. My headaches are always gone. Where like Laura might be like, no, I can't deal with Tylenol. I need like Advil or Excedrin. So lavender and Serenity both will deal with sleep issues, but it kind of depends on your personal preference and how it works for your body.
Got it.
If that makes sense. Okay, so this one is similar to the last one. This is the Healthy Start Kit. And this has a diffuser too, but it's a smaller diffuser. So this diffuser will go 12 hours too, but it's just a smaller capacity. And this one has a lot of the same oils that we talked about. It has all of them basically. These are all the top 10 oils, but these are in little 5 ml bottles. So there's about 85 drops in each one. But like we said, like you don't need a lot of oils. A little bit of oils goes a long way. So even the 5 ml bottles, you're gonna get a lot of use out of. Okay, and this is the Healthy Habits Kit. So if you were looking to totally like, you know, get your own personal wellness on board with the vitamins and the Deep Blue Rub, and it has a probiotic and the digestive enzyme, this would be a great kit to start because it also has frankincense and lavender, the On Guard, and your lemon for detoxing too. And then this is like a little baby kit, I call it. It's like a little mini kit. This one is called Simple Solutions. So Simple Solutions has your Deep Blue Rub, lemon, On Guard, and Serenity. So this would cover aches and pains, detox, cleaning, immunity, and sleep. So this is a nice little kit to start with because it just has the basics. And then there's always options to add on too if there were different things that you wanted to add on. Like one thing that I know a lot of women love is Claricom, which comes in a roller and it basically helps to balance your hormones. And you just roll it on your ankles every single day and you'll see like a change in your ovulation and the regularity of, you know, just your hormones in general and your mood and all those kinds of things too. Okay, so those were some of the kits, and there's always all kinds of different add-ons that anybody can do based on whatever it is you guys want to work on. And that's why I'm going to check in with you about like what your 3 goals were so that I can kind of point you in the right direction if you're ready to get started, like what will be the best option for you. Things that people always love to add on are the fractionated coconut oil, because then you can make your own rollers and it's easier for you to use it topically. The roller bottles, because if you want to use them topically, like the picture up here of the rollers, If you use oils that way, you can roll them right on topically and they're ready to go. You don't have to worry about like dripping it all over your hands. And then the veggie caps for like internal usage. Okay, so there's basically like when we do these different classes, there's usually 3 different kinds of people. And the first one are people who are like excited to try it, where they're like, I didn't even know that I could do these things. I just thought that my kids were never going to sleep and I was always going to be stressed out and my allergies were going to be a mess. So there are people who are really excited to just get started and to try them. And for those people, what we do is I offer all kinds of education. So anyone who gets started, I always set up a wellness consult. So after you got your, I would not sit down in person with you because we're not allowed to do that. But I would set up a call with you to say like, okay, let's look at what you got and I'll help you make up a plan of how to use everything. So this way, when you get your oils, you're not thinking like, oh God, what did she say I'm supposed to use lemon for? Or like, why did I get Serenity again? I'll go through everything with you and set up a plan and tell you what you should do at different times of the day to get the most use out of them. The second kind of person usually hears these kind of things and starts thinking about themselves and other people. So like if you're thinking about like, oh my God, my mom needs this. She's always got aches and pains. And my sister needs to balance her hormones. You know, that kind of person likes, you know, is someone who may want to share the oils with other people. And if they do that, that's a way to get your oils paid for too. And then the third person are people who just kind of want to build a business with it. So like I do this basically because I love oils and I wanted to talk about them all the time because they help me so much, but also because I'm a teacher, which is not like the most lucrative salary. So I like to do this as a way to help people, and it also helps supplement my income too. So if you're the second or third person, just let me know and we can chat about it and I could, you know, point you in the right direction if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, so here are the kits. These are the different kits that we talked about. The Healthy Start Kit, which is all the little mini bottles, the simple solutions. These are, I'm trying to move my little faces over so you guys can see. These are the best ways to start because they're the cheapest ways to start. And it's the best way to kind of get a whole little chunk of oils at once to help you solve all different kinds of problems. So at this point, what I basically do, because since we're not in person, is if you guys could text me, anybody who thinks that there's some things they want to try out or get started, if you want to text me what your top 3 concerns are, and then I could kind of give you some ideas about what would be the best to help you start like solving those problems. Do you guys have any questions? Because I feel like that was a lot.
Christine, do you have to get a kit? Like you can't get like a diffuser and then a couple single bottles? Like
No, you can do that too. So like that would be the second option. So then you could get like the membership and then get the kit and just kind of pick what would work best for you.
Christine, do you want to mention how some of the oils can't be injected?
Yeah, that's probably good to say, right? How you can't drink them all?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some. So some of the oils will say on the side of the bottle, like on peppermint, it will say if it says supplemental facts, then that means you can put it in your. But if it says ingredients, that means you're only going to use it topically or in your diffuser. All right, I'm going to stop share. I think that's the last one. I'm going to stop share.
Oh, the draft. Oh. Well, I have no idea why they read the quarterback.
There are any other like good oils experiences that you guys have had that really work well for you and your family? That's okay. You don't.
Digestin story about her when she had her surgery. On all kinds of medicine and lots of like Tylenol and she just like could not go to the bathroom. Christine told me to put the Digestin on her stomach and she literally went like 10 minutes later, like totally like got things going and she was much happier after that. So kind of gross, but it does work. She has like her own little roller. So like whenever her stomach hurts, she's like, I need my oils. And she puts it around her belly button.
I know that they know a lot more about it than I do.
And I think that one's so great too, because what was just recently in the news about, was it like, what was that, like stomach stuff? Over the counter stuff that they recalled because they're like, no, kids are getting really sick from it.
I don't remember.
I forget what it was called. Not like Pepto, but it was something like Pepto.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like yeah, it was like Zyrtec or it just came out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It was yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Where they were like, pulling it off the shelves and saying like,
yeah,
kids drink this, and people
Zithromax or something like that. I forget what it was, but it was one of those yeah, that you would give, not a Prilosec, but something like that you would give for your the stomach.
Yeah, so it's nice to have this kind of stuff as an alternative, because when those things happen, you kind of get freaked out thinking like, oh my God. Like, I thought that stuff was totally cool to give.
I'm pretty much done with all this crap, man. It sucks.
The lemon is really good too for it's like Goo Gone, like cleaning sticks off your windows, and that works wonders around here too. I used it to get gum out of clothing.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Would you just put the oil right on?
And like kind of, and it like rubbed it off, and like, and I was afraid it was going to leave like an oil stain when I washed it. And I put it in the washer and it came out fine.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And it's good for Sharpie marker too. So if your kids get Sharpie marker on stuff they shouldn't have, just a little bit of lemon will take it off of furniture. It'll take it off walls. It will take it off.
So Christine, is there a way like where we can see like those packages later, like we could go back and look at all the individual bottles and stuff?
Absolutely. So you know what I'll do? I'll post all the kits, and I'll post all like some like links to the individual from the website that you can check out.
Okay.
And just let me know if there's anything that you wanted to try, or if there's any suggestions you want for like a certain issue.
Okay.
So you can go either way. You can either look and see what oils you like, or if you're like, I know I want to fix this, this, and this.
Okay.
I can give you a couple different suggestions that are either kits or individual that you can go back and forth and then decide and see what one works for you.
Okay. Great.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Well, I hope you guys are hanging in there okay. Seriously, thanks for hanging in there. I feel like
Thank you.
Thank you.
Forget about all this stuff for like, half an hour and think about something else, which is always awesome. I'll link the Facebook group too. I know that Denise and Kelly and Kim are in that, because we try to post like a lot of good, recipes and tips and ideas in there too, in case you guys want to check out other things. And
is it a site that you have? Like, is it a website or is it on what is it that you link, like through Facebook or through your website?
I have both. So
okay.
I'll link the website to help you look through the product stuff, but then I can add you to the Facebook group too, if you want to see, different tips that we have in there.
Okay.
It's the Facebook group I like, because if I ever have a question, sometimes I can just go in and search, because someone may have already asked that question. So I'll just go into that group and search like allergies or, pain. So, and then you can see what she suggests and things like that.
Okay.
And I do think that's the easiest way to see what other people are doing too. Like, I feel like when you look up in a book and you say like, oh, what can I use for this? They might give you like 10 different oils that you could use. And sometimes I just want to know, like, what does somebody I know use for this?
Yeah, well, that's what I like from listening to Kim and Denise. Like, I like that whole Breathe mixed with
Serenity. I think I need Serenity.
Sweet. And then the Wild Orange to just have like pumped through every room.
You're gonna be smothering your kids
Run
with
it through your like,
dude, whatever. If I hear Cole, oh my God, pass, Zach, why isn't he passing? One more time, I'm gonna like blow my head.
That sounds very accurate. There's a lot of that.